holy shit, you guys. That's the way we start football season. Badgers over LSU. And today we got Notre Dame and the Longhorns. I'm really torn because they're my two secondary college teams. And it's in Austin, so I kind of want the Longhorns to win, but ultimately I'd just really love a good game where nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, you're not into it. You're not into it.
So this week is going to be really interesting for me. I'm kicking off a new fitness and nutrition regimen. I've done this sort of stuff before. It's not like, it's been a start and stop thing for me as it is for a lot of people. But I'm doing it a little differently this time in the sense that I have a personal trainer. But the personal trainer is actually not someone I've ever met. It's an online coach named Mike Vicanti. I learned about him through watching him train Gary Vaynerchuk and saw that he does online coaching and thought I'd investigate that a little bit, see how legit it actually was. And up until now, I've been talking to him via email for about a week now and just signed up for 4 months of online coaching. I think it's going to be pretty great. So at the beginning of 2016, I set a New Year's resolution that was sort of my twist on the classic I want to get in shape resolution. My version of that was, because I've tried to do the whole just like, I'm finally going to do it this time. I'm finally going to get in shape and I'm going to get going on it. I got real close in 2013, got in the best shape of my life, but then it petered off. So what my actual resolution this year was, and I'll actually put my email up to my family in this video so you can read it. My actual resolution was to basically care about my nutrition, my health, and my fitness in the way that I care about storytelling.
Okay, so I was totally wrong. It was my New Year's resolution in 2015. Even more reason to jump on this, right? I actually had two resolutions in 2014, getting in good shape and reading a lot more, at least 30 minutes a day. And I actually accomplished the latter resolution last year. This year, I really want to add on the fitness thing. So the important section here is my big resolution for 2015 is I'm going to work to be as disciplined about good health as I am about good story. When I direct our videos, I hold myself rigorously to the principles of good storytelling, even when it's easier not to. This is because I believe very strongly that following those principles will ensure decent work 95% of the time, all other variables notwithstanding. I need to hold myself to the principles of good health even when it's not easier to, which is a lot of the time. This means staying hydrated, lifting weights 3 times a week, and obeying the 80-20 rule on diet. The motivation for this needs to be that I believe that following those principles will result in better energy, less stress, and higher self-esteem 95% of the time, all other variables notwithstanding.
Now, why has it been so hard for me over my lifetime to maintain health and wellness? Some of it is stress eating. When I've got a big project going on, when I've got a lot on my plate, it can be this little psychological escape for a moment to indulge in something that just tastes good and like satisfies my brain and releases endorphins for a moment. So part of it is that. Another part of it is something that is more goal oriented, and I think that I'm coming to a place where I'm about to make a very big and intentional psychological shift for myself. So health and fitness for me, up until 2013, at least the fitness part, maybe not so much the health, the fitness part was motivated largely on a part to not remain single. I felt if I wasn't fit, I was not going to have an easy time dating, getting a girlfriend, and eventually getting married. So, Um, uh, I remember that the big motivator when I got into the best shape of my life in 2013. I remember literally these moments where I'd be, doing a bunch of dumbbell presses and things, and getting, really intensely pushing through a lot of stuff that I normally would find very difficult to stay into. I remember feeling like, this is so awesome, get through this, because the reward on the other end is, when you meet that girl, she's not going to reject you. So it was kind of it was a self-esteem and it was a lot of that was based on self-esteem and insecurities. So that was it was a big motivator. In 2013, however, I met Lizzie, who has been my girlfriend for 3 years now. We just celebrated our 3-year anniversary. We live together in Madison, and all signs point towards us getting married someday. So I am that motivation is gone for me. When I work out now, I don't have that thing to push me through. That's like, yes, on the other end, the reason you're doing this is because if you don't, you're not going to date that girl, or you're not going to get married one day. So because that motivator's not there, I have to find some other motivation. So this challenge for me is as much something about changing my psychology and my goals as it is about getting fit. I need a goal that doesn't expire. I need a goal that doesn't have a finish line, which is tricky. As some of you know, I live my life, my religion in many ways is storytelling. Where storytelling principles teach me how to get through the day, how to encounter obstacles and overcome them in my day-to-day life. And coming up with a goal that has no finish line is a very unique and interesting challenge. I think I have the beginning of it in my head, and I'd love to hear what you think about this. I think the goal I'm going to have to go with is discovering my inner competitor, because I've never been a very inherently competitive person. I was never a competitive person in high school sports. I was always one of the last ones picked in gym class and all those things. I never really cared that much who won when I was playing sports. It was just kind of fun to be there. I care a lot more watching teams now, but for myself, I never was a huge competitor. I think I'm going to try and tap into that part of myself, because it's there somewhere. So I'm going to try and compete with myself. I'm going to say to myself that there are things that I never thought I'd be able to actually have for myself. Ridiculous things on the fitness level, and on nutrition level, and on the wellness level. There are things that I just always looked at as, that's not for me, it's not something that I could actually do. And I'm going to prove myself wrong. That's the goal. Because that is a goal that will have these mini finish lines, but then I can reset the goalposts. I can say, okay, I've achieved weight loss down to my, optimal weight for my frame and my height. Now the goalpost moves to building however much muscle, building upper body strength, being able to lift X amount of weight or whatever, or bench X amount of weight. Goals that I never thought myself, the arty kid, the dork in high school, the non-athlete, goals that I never thought that I would ever chase or much less achieve. So that's what I'm doing. I'll update you guys here, but I'm in. I'm in at least for these 4 months. Again, the biggest challenge is going to be me shifting my psychology. So I'll update you guys throughout. But the 4 months will end right around January 1st. So this will go through the holiday season, which will be a very interesting challenge. But by January 1st, we'll see what the results are. So I'll keep you guys posted.